Senator Joe Lieberman. I was born in Stamford, Connecticut. I live in New Haven, Connecticut, and I'm privileged to represent Connecticut in the United States Senate.
How do you think that the war in Iraq will shape our generation? Will it shape our generation in a similar way that Vietnam shaped, our parents' generation, do you think?
It may. It's hard to tell. Some of it, I think, depends on how it ends. It's an unfortunate fact. I mean, I think that Vietnam influenced my generation. I was already in college and then law school, and then out in the first years of my career as the war in Vietnam played out. But there was definitely a feeling in the country that it had been badly handled, that what had seemed at the beginning to be a noble cause, in fact, did not turn out that way. And for a generation beyond, it made a lot of Americans who were affected by the war hesitant to use America's power militarily in defense of our security and our freedom. There's a wonderful old Mark Twain line, which a lot of people were quoting at that time, so I don't take personal credit for it, which is, we all have to be careful in responding to events of history like Vietnam, that we're not like the cat who jumps on a hot stove and jumps off because he's burned and never goes on that stove again because he thinks it's always hot. We're smarter than that, and that's part of what I see as Iraq, that we did something important to our security and the world's security by overthrowing Saddam Hussein. And we're doing something important there now in trying to help the Iraqis form their own government and govern themselves, develop a better life in the Arab world than the hatred and suicidal death that Al-Qaeda offers. But it's been a very difficult war, and there's a lot of strong feelings against it, obviously, a lot of anger about the way it's been conducted. So it's too early to say how this war will affect your generation. I hope that it ends positively, that we complete our mission successfully, that we bring our troops home with a sense of pride. I tell you, this is something different. Troops coming home from Vietnam were embarrassed. Troops coming home from Iraq are proud of what they've done. And let's put it this way, even by those who feel that the war in Iraq is a mistake, they have treated the returning soldiers with respect and appreciation. That's a very important difference.